Hello guys, welcome back. Now this is Notetalker. Now I did a previous video on Notetalker, but the app's changed since then, so I thought I'd update it for you because the app looks so much better. So obviously go to the App Store and download your Notetalker, or if you're on Android, do it there as well. Select Notetalker, wait for it to open. Now bottom right hand corner is the first place I want you to go. Select Settings, because you need to choose what kind of quality you want. You can see it gives me the times of high quality recordings I can have right down to low quality at the bottom there. So that depends on the storage of your phone or what you're actually recording. For example, if it's a lecture environment, I'd probably go for high quality because you need better quality sound if you're at a distance. Again, it's up to you. Come down to the bottom, select audio format. MP4, as you already probably know, is compressed, so the audio file is made smaller so it uses less room, but you lose quality. Wave is unformatted, which is higher storage but better quality. Just bear in mind if you do record in Wave, when we can export this through the cloud to your Notetalker edit on your PC or Mac, you've got more options to edit the Wave file than you do the MP4. So bear that in mind. So I'm just going to leave that on MP4. Next you need to choose now bookmark option. Now every time you click a bookmark you could use it to separate slides, key points, or just to separate information so you can understand them better. Now what they've given you here, which I like, is for example, if I click the bookmark button, it will bring up the open scribble pad for me. That means I can scribble in a quick sketch or information regarding that bookmark or that point of interest. Again, if I select camera, every time I click the bookmark button, it opens up the camera for me to take a photo. And it could be something that you're seeing, kind of information that you visually see. I'm going to leave that on open scribble pad so you can see that when I do it. Last of all, it gives you how much available storage you have left. So you can see I've got loads there. So that's handy because you might have a lot of photos and that you've actually uploaded on there. So you can check on your space. Once that's done, click I. Now you've got some handy links here like tutorial, email support. Email support's pretty good. They get straight back to you as well. You've got the Notetalker website and you've also got Now you've got Note-Taking Express website. I've not had a look at that, but I'm pretty sure you can record your audio on here and then you upload it to them and they'll turn them into notes for you. I don't know the cost or price, but probably worth a look at if you have trouble getting notes up. So I'm going to close that. Also there, you've got your options of privacy policy that you can check as well. Now underneath is where you want to send your Notetalker projects to. I can send it to OneDrive, which is Microsoft Office, or I might want to go to Google Drive. Although again, I might want to go to Dropbox, which I've set it up. But have a look at those options. You've got quite a few options there, because that way you can send this file to a cloud and then upload it onto your PC or Mac. So I'm going to leave that on Dropbox. Next, I want you to go to the folder option. Again, this hasn't changed, but you can add different folders. For example, I've got business, personal, and sample. I'm going to click plus. I'm going to add a new one called test. Obviously, if it's minutes or say it's a lecture, it could be your modules or topics. I'm going to click add. Now I'm ready to go. I'm going to click the little mic bottom left hand corner and it brings me up the option to start recording. You can see I've got high options because that's what I selected earlier, so I'm ready to record. Before we do, you can pop in a headset here top left hand corner if you want so you can listen to it, or you can change the colour. I prefer actually the black background because I can see all the options clear in front, but again it's personal preference. We're ready to record, hit the record button. Now we need to give it a name, so I'm just going to call this test one, and I'm going to put it in my test folder I created there by tapping it and click save. And it automatically starts recording, as you can see my voice on a level going from left to right. Now let's look at the bookmark options. Before we do, if you need to pause, click the middle button again, and that's your pause button. Don't click the stop button here to the left because it will stop it, it will separate the file. Click the middle button again to carry on recording. That will keep it as one file. Now bookmarks. Let's say that you're in a lecture and slide 2 comes up. Hit the bookmark button. Now do you remember what I selected in settings? I selected where it brings up the scribble pad, and here we are. This is a scribble pad. So what I can do here is I can select my pen, I could choose a colour, and then I could maybe do a diagram or a quick note or maybe a picture of something I'm looking at, just something to help me remember. Next to it, you've got the erase option. So if I tap that, I can erase what I don't want. But if you make a mistake, see this option here, tap it and it'll bring back undo for you. As so, or you can redo all your information so you don't lose anything. Now, I can trash that bottom right, or I can select confirm, and it has the bookmark with the scribble pad and the information on it and the amount of seconds it took. While you're still recording, you might say, actually, I need to go back to bookmark 1. So click back on it because I need to add some text. Now look top right hand corner. If I click that on bookmark 1, there's that scribble pad image I did. And I could add a new one if I want there, but click cancel. But maybe I don't. Maybe I just want to add a note. So click add text and I could put really useful and select add note. So see how much I'm building up information on each bookmark as I'm going along. And a nice little option I've added as well is add colour. So you might go, do you know what? I'm going to make that pink. That's really important. Click done. So you can colour code your bookmarks for later. Now remember, we're still recording, so we're not missing anything. So if I click back, you can see we're still recording. Now you've got to remember when you're doing that because you might miss information over bookmarks. Okay, so be careful what you're doing there. So I'm going to add a second bookmark. And again, the scribble pad comes up and then I can choose what I want in there again and do whatever I need and click confirm. And again, if I click on a bookmark, I can then add a note or even change colour. And I might make that green. So when I click back, there we are, build up all my information. Now, when it finishes, hit the stop button and it tells you that it's been saved and click OK. And there's all your information. Top right hand corner, 2 minutes and 41 seconds. And I've got 2 bookmarks. And there's your bookmarks. You can play them back by selecting them. So if I click on bookmark 2, see it jumps at the top to 2 minutes and 16 seconds for my second bookmark. So I can play from that point by clicking.
Okay, so be careful.
Really good option and click stop. Also, when you're playing back,
Save. And it automatically starts
click the middle
recording,
button
as you can see my
because it
voice on
brings
the
your
level
volume
going
that I can drag
from
left
to
and right
right.
by turning the volume up and down. And
Now,
you can see you've got a
just on my
graphic
bookmark
equalizer
option,
here
before
that
we
you
do,
can
if you need
change
to
the sound
pause,
up
click the middle button again to carry on recording.
and click stop. So I like this, you've got more options on organising your bookmarks and adding more information. So when we actually send this via the cloud to your Notetalker Edit on your Mac or PC, you've got more information gathered and organised before you even start. Now that's done, we need to send it via the cloud, don't we? That's when you click the middle button. And that's where you need to choose it. Now I'm choosing Dropbox. Now, if you've got any issues with that, you can download apps on your iPhone or Android quite easily. I mean, Dropbox is free, Google Drive is free, OneDrive you get with Office Suite anyway, and it's quite easy to copy over. And remember, you get free storage on there as well, so it doesn't cost you anything. So that said, it sent it over. So that way, when I go to my Notetalker Edit software, I can then access that from the folder on my Dropbox, which you'll see in the next part of the video. Right, we're now back in Notetalker Edit, and we're going to have a look at this program that you can use on the Mac or PC. Now, once you've used the app, you've uploaded your recordings via the app up into your cloud, depending on what you wanted to choose. And that also depends on your PC or Mac, because if you've got Dropbox, you can download the app for your PC or Mac, or if it's OneDrive, vice versa. So what I've done though is I've downloaded it online from Dropbox straight to my desktop so I can access it as a zip file. Because when you upload it to the cloud, it automatically saves it as a zip file. So what I'm going to do first is we need to import that. So top left hand corner, select that little option. And the only option I've got at the moment is the open option, because that's the only thing I can do. But if you just use the program for the first time, just check you've got your version update to make sure you've got the latest one. Now I'm going to select open. Now put it on my desktop, so I'm going to select the little home option here to desktop and scroll along, and there it is. That's what I've downloaded from my cloud because I uploaded it via Dropbox. So if I double tap it, it will open it up, double tap business and select your file. Now remember what I said looking at Notetalker App about saving it as a WAV file. If you save it as a WAV file, you can edit it, which I'll show you quickly in a minute. Choose your WAV file, double tap it, and it will then open up in your Notetalker Edit software. And there we go. And it's even added the colours that are colour coded from this lecture, which is different to the one you saw in the app earlier, but it's the same principle. Now you can see we've got stuff organised already, so if I scroll down using a scroll bar to the right, you've also got a scroll bar just to the left so you can scroll down on every specific bookmark or slide. I want to start organising stuff, so I can colour code each bookmark. So I'm going to click on bookmark 2, and when I click into bookmark 2, you can see at the bottom, you've got your fonts option, font size, you can bold, italicize, underline, font highlight, which is good when you want to highlight information, and mathematic keyboard if you need that. There's quite a few Good options there as well. Also, you've got a spell check. But first thing I want to do is come up to here. So if I go to slide bookmark 2, come up bookmark 2, you can see that was 33 seconds when I created that. So what I'm going to do is change the color by using this little icon here, change bookmark color. And I'm going to make that green. And you can see the bookmark 2 has turned green, and it does at the top. So that could be useful when you're separating and breaking down the information that you need to get notes up for. Any slides you don't want or bookmarks, scroll down, got an option here where you can trash it. So I'm going to select that and delete it. And it's gone. Scroll back up. So now I've only got the 3 bookmarks. Now if you find that you might have missed a bookmark position because you might have been intensely into be it the meeting or the lecture, you can hold the left button and drag that along. So I'm dragging it up to 43 seconds. And that will change automatically bookmark 2 to 43 seconds. Have a look down here. You can also rename, if you don't want bookmarks, you want to call them something else, you're more than welcome. Slide 1, slide 2, and so on. So now you're ready to get your notes down. So if I click into here with the cursor, come up here, I can select play.
Reference.
Listen to it
So if
back,
you're in an initial frame
and then
of
if I want to,
reference and
I
you
can
have
start,
the pen and you just let it go, it stays there. It doesn't move. If you give it
typing
a
up my
push,
notes,
it will move
and
on.
click pause. Really great way to organise and break down information. Now I'm talking about breaking down information. Well, we've got a filter option. Because you might look at that and go, do you know what? Actually, I just want to work on specific slides, get my information on. There's a lot going on there. Well, not a problem. Top left-hand corner, you've got the filter button. Click it once, and we can filter what you want to work on. So let's select green and say yellow, and click filter. And it only pulls them 2 out. So then you can work by getting your notes up on them. But a quick point I want to make here, because I said about earlier about the wave format that I showed you in Notetalker app. Because we're using wave format and not a compressed format like MP3 or MP4, if I come up here, I can select this option, click wave recordings. So I've filtered these 2 slides, and if you look at the top, so I've filtered the audio here as well. So then I can select this option, and I can cut out this specific information from the main recording that you might want to work with. So we can rename it, you can break it down and work specifically on that information. So I can give it a name. So I'm going to call this important. Choose we're going to save it. Now I'm going to leave it in the same business folder as it originally was and click save. And it's done. So now what I've done is I've broken down the information and I've now saved those 2 slides as a WAV file on their own. So a really useful option. Also to the right here, if you've got 2 recordings, it might be from different meetings, lectures, slides, you can then merge them together as one, including the bookmarks. By selecting this option here, choose the first one. It's got to be WAV, remember, you can't choose any other format. And again, choose the second recording, and then it'll ask you to merge the recordings and give it a name. And then you've got your separate information you can work off. But I'm going to close that one and put don't save and go back to the original one, which is unfiltered. For words, you've got a search option for words. So I might be looking for typing, click find next. Works the same way it does in a word processor, and it will jump to those specific words. It could be keywords or any kind of information, and click close. Now what I want to do is come over to the images here. We're going to something use the Notetalker app, and you've jotted down a bit of information on the notes or whatever option, or photos, whatever option you use for bookmarks. Now what we're doing, when you click on the image, you've got options here. You can cut it to get rid of it. You can copy it, paste it, or even rotate it by using the rotation option if you want. A bit annoying here is that I found you've got to click back on it again to rotate it rather than staying on there, which is a bit of a pain. So they'll probably sort that out and update at a later date. Also, when you click on it, you can trash it if you don't want it. But I'm going to copy it. And when I click copy, see the slides underneath or bookmarks, you get this little option here to paste. And select paste and you can paste that in. Or again, if I click back on it, you might want to cut it out here and use the cut button. And then you can choose, we want to paste that in by cutting it out of that slide or bookmark. Or hold the left button and you can drag them into position, watch. Which makes life nice and easy as well. Just in case you might have missed something, want to add an additional bookmark, you've got this option here, select it and you can add bookmarks. And again, if you don't want them, click the trash button and you can get rid of them just as quick. Now while I'm here, we've got this file. Come top left hand corner, we now can access these other options. We can save your project, we can save as, so you can give it a name, or you can even print. So we can print as a document or, for example, as a PDF. So you can choose where you want to print it. So I'm going to save it to my desktop and leave it as tester.wave PDF and click save. And then I'm going to open up the PDF, maximize it, and you'll have all your slides with all your notes and the images underneath, all ready for revision, or minutes, or whatever you're doing. Also, I'm going to select export. Now we can export that as a mind map. Now you got this option before and it works quite well. So you can choose, like structure, how you want it exported. So you can give a document a title, tester, and then choose underneath of where you want those branches in the hierarchy to be of importance, or where they need to be structured. I could have green as main branch, or I might want to choose the yellow as the main branch, and then that as a sub branch one. You can apply by bookmarks or even keywords if you want as well. Say you want to record, you've got a laptop and you want to record there and then using the Notetalker Edit, not using the app. Well, that's not a problem. Let's just say you're in a meeting or lecture and it's about to start. Come to the top, obviously make sure you've got a mic plugged in or using internal mic. Now do bear in mind the quality of the recording. So if it's a lecture environment or a noisy meeting, then internal mic just won't cut it. It's a good idea to get directional mic. Now select the record button and it will start recording for you, as you can see here in red. Now again, you're picking up all the information. You can choose the bookmark option. So you can still select the bookmarks and add information in. And then you can choose colours as well. Now you're not missing anything, are you? Because you're actually still recording, so there's no issue with that. You can see the timelines. I've created bookmark 1 and colour coded it yellow. Adding attachments. Now that will come useful if you've got PowerPoints, because you can download PowerPoints from your Moodle, Blackboard or Portal, import your PowerPoints here, and then you can sync them with the audio. But you always got to make sure is you use the bookmark option to separate each slide or bookmark. So when you import the slides, they will then import down here. Any that don't sync up, you can always drag into position as well, can't you? So it's not an issue. So again, I could put here minutes 2, and I could type a note. And you pop in your notes there, and again, you can color code stuff if need be. And again, you see the bookmarks at the top. So you don't need the app. You can use this as Notetalker Edit as well. So you've got multiple options. So I'm going to select stop. Let's say it's finished. You need to save it. So I'm just going to save it in the business folder again. I know it's not relevant, and click save. So I'm going to have to give it another name because I've got an identical name in there. So I'll just call that minutes. And click save. And it's done. I've now saved it. Now what I could do actually afterwards, I could then use the attachment button. So let's add some slides. Click the plus button, click attachment, and find some slides. I've got some on my desktop. They're all identical, but it'll just give you an idea. And select slides. So I've got PowerPoint. You don't have to be PowerPoint format. If you look down here, you could use JPEGs, PNG, GIFs, PowerPoints, or even PDFs. So I'm going to select PowerPoint, and they should now import. And there you go, they've imported. Now see at the bottom, they've imported more than they should to in there because I didn't have enough bookmarks. So bear that in mind. But remember, you can always add another bookmark, couldn't you? And then you could drag stuff into position as well if you've missed it. So I could click on that one and I could select cut, go to the top, and then click paste to paste it in there. So you can move in position where you want them. Also in the images, if you double tap, it brings them right up for you. So you can see them clearly as well. Now after the recording, I could click play again. And I could jump to those points using these points here. So if I click that once, bookmark 2, bookmark 3, I can jump back to bookmark 2, bookmark 1. So you can jump between bookmarks or information. They don't specifically be bookmarked. I mean, you could use them exactly as you want, as key points, slides. It's entirely up to you how you want to use them. Also, Notetalker gives you the option if you want to import videos. So for example, it might be YouTube or it might be webinar, and you want to get information on clips of that video, be it revision or just to learn. Now you can do that quite easily, but first thing you need to do is actually download that video. That way we can then import it into Notetalker. Now I'm going to open up Google and show you my YouTube channel. Now to download a video, now I'm going to choose any video. I'm going to go to EndNote and
You and your
put it
team
there.
need to get.
Now how do we actually download that video so we can import it into Notetalker? Now I found a free program. It's taken me a while, and it's called AVC, which is completely freeware. Doesn't cost you a penny. There's a lot out there that says it's free and it's not. And after 30 days they want you to pay, but this is totally free. Unless you want more options for editing the video, then you can pay for it. But to download videos and convert them into a format, it's completely free. Once you've downloaded that, once you open up the program, and I'm going to put don't check for updates for now. And here it is. First thing I'm going to do is get the actual link for the video. So I'm going to copy that. Control C or right click and copy. And we're going to put that into the converter program. So just select add URLs. Now we need to add a new one, so we click plus and just paste it there, Control V. Now I'm ready to start downloading. So select start download. And you see in a second at the top here as it's analysing it will start downloading that video. Once downloaded, we can then import into Notetalker, and it enables you then to break up that information in the video and get notes down for it. Great for revision as well. And there you go, it's downloaded, but we now need to convert it. See here, we can choose a conversion option. Now, don't complicate things, just keep it simple. So I'm going to leave them while it's on, and I'm going to select convert up here. Now, you need to change the format. MP4 seems to work perfect, but you can choose which one you want. You might be limited unless you pay for the full version, but MP4 works perfect. So select convert now, and let it do the conversion, and then we're going to import that into Notetalker. And there we go, there it's done. So I'm going to minimize that. As I say, you can pay for it if you want. It gives you more options down here, but you can see on the right here, these are your free options that you can use. So I'm happy with that. Put no thanks. Now, bottom left hand corner, you can see where it's actually downloaded and what directory it's in. So it's in my YouTube folder. There's my downloaded videos, and there's the 2 videos I've downloaded. So what I'm going to do with this one, I'm going to use the EndNote one, which I've just downloaded. I can open it up, and there it is in the folder. So I'm just going to drag that into the video folder for now, and close that. Now open up Notetalker. Now to import the video, so top left hand corner, select open. Open up your video, and you can rename it if you want, but I'll just leave it as EndNote ×8 import. And it's been successfully imported. I'm going to maximize this window. Now you can't see anything at the moment, that's no problem, but it's actually loaded in. So if I click the play button, you'll see another video appear. So what I'm going to do is drag this over and click play. And there you go. You can resize them both or lock them both in if you want. Now I'm going to jump forward a little bit.
Welcome back. Today I'm an EndNote.
Now as you're listening,
I want to
you
give
can
you the
start taking
basics to get you up and
bookmarks.
running
So I
quickly,
might
just the
select add
fundamentals.
bookmark there.
So let's get straight down to it. With
And if I want,
EndNote,
I
it's
can
a
add
great bit
additional
of software to
information.
store all your research and sources, so that way you can cite your work later with it within Word. Adds a plugin to Word to enable you to do that. Also, you can sync all your references online with the configure sync option. So I want to get
Also,
straight down
I
to
can
it,
change
starting
the
from left
colour
to right.
of
So
my actual
top left hand
bookmark.
corner, hover over when you're
That will
local
help me
mobile
identify it
mode.
later and break
This
down
is where you store
information
and create
if
groups or
need be. I can
folders
even
to store
rename
all
that
your
as well.
research and sources in. Next is where you do an online search. So you've got an
Pick
online
one.
search, so for example,
And again, as you're watching the
be looking
video,
through Library of
you can then, if
Congress,
you desire,
or
add more
Rockefeller,
bookmarks.
or even
And again, you can
PubMed,
go through the whole
and that way
process
you
adding
search online
bookmarks.
for it to select
Stop
more.
that video, and you can drag the bookmarks apart if you feel in certain parts of that video that you're watching it should be in a different spot. So what have we got? You're taking notes down from the video that you can see visually, and you can jump to those clips at the top here. So if I was to click play, I can jump forward or backwards with those bookmarks. So you see what a great powerful option that is. Thanks for watching.